All right, welcome to your 11:30 The Tiger LSU football update, and we are here in 11:30 The Tiger studios, and I'm here to announce everything you probably already know, but LSU has found its offensive coordinator, and that is in Matt Canada. No, he's not from Canada. He's actually from Indiana, which is basically the same thing, but it is a great hire. Okay, producer Zach, you look like you want to say something.
I was actually singing, "Oh, Canada," if that's even how it goes.
Man, hey, I think it's pretty close. I'm not sure. All I know is the Star Spangled Banner. Yeah, but anyway, this is a great hire for LSU. Yes, they couldn't land Lane Kiffin because Lane Kiffin really just wanted to be a head coach again, and he finally got that opportunity at Florida Atlantic. Really just want to get out from under Nick Saban. And, hey, now he has full control, and we'll see how he does with the Owls, right? So, what LSU gets in Matt Canada is a lot of experience. So 22 years of basically being a offensive coach and an offensive coordinator. His first offensive coordinating job was with Indiana in 2007. He was there for 3 years. Then he went to Northern Illinois as the offensive coordinator, Wisconsin in 2012, and then North Carolina State for 2 years. Then last year, his only year at Pittsburgh, where he had a heck of a season with Pittsburgh. And when I say heck of a season, not record-wise, but beating Clemson 43-42, so putting 43 points up against that Clemson defense, and also beating Penn State, who everyone was so high on at the end of the season, myself included, put up 42 points on the Nittany Lions. Then also he averaged 45.1 points a game. And if you can do that with Pittsburgh, imagine what he's going to do with this LSU offense. And the very last game of the year, 76 points in that game against Syracuse where Pittsburgh won 76-61 against Syracuse. So this is a guy who knows his offense. He knows how to run an offense fluidly, and especially with the athletes LSU has with Darius Geis and with Danny Etling coming back for his senior year, and got Zach smiling in the booth because he's a huge LSU fan. All right, Zach, what do you think about this Canada hire? Are you happy about it?
Yeah. I mean, as much as I wish we would have gotten Lane Kiffin, but this dude definitely looks like he knows how to run an offense. And I actually read something on Twitter today that was saying that he has good it said something like he had good history with quarterbacks and their passer ratings and stuff like that.
He was a standout quarterback in high school. And okay, I'm going to give you some accomplishments and things that are really good. 10 things about Matt Canada that are very good for the LSU offense coming up. Well, first of all, statistical excellence. He last year for Pittsburgh, he was 447 yards per game, 229 rushing yards a game, which is 26th in the nation somehow. But bring that to LSU with Geis. That's going to be one heck of an upgrade, and definitely going to help Orgeron out. He was a Boyles Award finalist, which is the top coordinator in the country. So technically, we have LSU has got one of the best coordinators in the country. And I believe that because you saw what Pittsburgh did this year against some big-time teams. So he really knows how to go over film and break down a defense. And let's see, he's a quarterback guru. And Canada worked with Pitt's quarterback coach. He was a quarterback coach for every team he's coached for. And he's done wonders with whoever has been under center for him. With the season, Pitt's quarterback Peterman had 26 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions, and led the ACC in quarterback rating with 161, which is very impressive. And that's better than Lamar Jackson and Deshaun Watson. So he knows how to develop a quarterback, and that's exactly what LSU needs. And I think Coach Orgeron saw that in him, and his offensive play style fits perfectly for the amazing high school quarterback Miles Brennan out of Mississippi. I think that's where he's from, Mississippi. And maybe Brennan finally fully commits to LSU after he kind of withdrew his commitment, but he's still set on the Tigers. And hopefully that really is a huge stepping stone for Brennan to come to LSU and to show what he has and sit under Danny Etling for a year maybe to learn and just grow. Also, his resume, he's coached 22 years in college football, graduate assistant Indiana, offensive coordinator at Butler for a year, Northern Illinois, Indiana, Northern Illinois again as the offensive coordinator, Wisconsin, North Carolina State, Pittsburgh, and now the Tigers down in Baton Rouge. His philosophy is, as he put it in his press conference today, creatively simplistic, which is where it's very simple to learn, but it's very difficult for other defenses to defend because it's so creative. This is a guy who runs multiple formations, which means he could be in the pistol on first down and then the very next play just go one quarterback, empty backfield, 5 receivers, then play after that go to I formation. And it's going to be great because of all the athletes LSU has. It fits perfect. I actually have a really good feeling about Matt Canada coming to Death Valley. And, I think next year LSU is going to be one heck of a powerhouse next year, I believe, if, say, Geist does everything he did this year, coming off the bench, basically. Danny Etling improves with his accuracy a little bit and just develops more as a player. Receivers stop dropping the ball. And defense, it's fine still. Some huge losses with Tre'Davious White being a senior, getting snubbed for the best defensive back award, I believe. But just, he's a great fit for this LSU team, a great fit for Coach O as well, and that's why he chose him. And if you look at this coaching staff is actually a pretty young coaching staff compared to other teams. You got Coach O, who's 55 years old. Then you got Dave Aranda, who's 40, and Matt Canada, who's 44 years old. So I think that's going to help a lot with recruiting. And if you're a Tiger fan like Zach, you need to get excited about that. And you actually might be making a splash in Alabama territory where they land all these huge recruits. Maybe start looking out for some more 5-star prospects coming out, offensive prospects visiting Baton Rouge a lot more. So this is a thing for LSU that I believe will truly fix the problem that they've had for years with Les Miles, and that is switching the offense up to where the formations that he runs, the multiple sets that Canada has, is definitely going to keep the defenses on their toes. And we saw that at Pittsburgh. We saw that with them against Clemson and against Penn State. And I just think LSU is going to make a good run next year. We'll see how they go up against Alabama and everything else. But again, Matt Canada, the new offensive coordinator. I was about to say Coach O, the new offensive coordinator at LSU. What's up, producer Zach?
You just said about how well that they might do against Alabama with this new offensive coordinator. And I think that if we could hold them to 10 points this year, even though we lost 10 points, and as JD so thinks that this is the best Alabama team that Nick Saban's ever had, and if they're such a young team, if we could hold them to 10 points, if it is the best Alabama team with the new offensive coordinator and, as they say, the best defensive coordinator in the
we saw that against Alabama because they held them to LSU held them to 10 points. But then you also got to remember you're losing. You might be losing Jamal Adams. You lost Tre'Davious White. Gotcho, I think he's coming back.
Yeah, and we're losing Beckwith.
Yeah, Beckwith. You're losing a lot of key pieces, but LSU is just like Bama, I believe, with depth. They really don't rebuild. They kind of reload on the defense side of the football.
Right. And
that's one great thing about LSU. They have so much depth on the defensive side of the football, not in any position, just the whole defense side of football. And
if you look at the commitment list, almost half of them, if not more, are defensive players.
Yeah, and you have where's he at? Right there. There's Miles Brennan, 4-star quarterback coming out of Mississippi, I believe, and great dual threat quarterback. And you also have, I think I see 2 running backs on that list. Yeah, 2 running backs. Troy Carter, that sounds like a running back, a 3-star running back. Then you have Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That's another running back name right there. So LSU, I got a good feeling about LSU. I'm not saying I'm a huge LSU fan, but I really do respect them, especially after this year. I really like what Coach Orgeron's doing. LSU missed out on Jimbo Fisher and Tom Herman, but this could be the actual best hire for them, at least for fans and recruiting sake. So let's end it there. Again, this is your LSU football update. I'm Dylan Marsh. Thank you, producer Zach, for running the boards and giving us a few words of an LSU football fan. And subscribe to us right here, 1130 The Tiger here on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter at 1130 The Tiger. And like us on Facebook. And you'll see all the stories from around Shreveport-Bossier, recruiting news, and just everything you need to know about LSU on every social media site. Follow me at Twitter at dmarsh_52. If you want to follow Zach at Twitter, what is it? What's your Twitter name? I forgot.
It's at producer_Zach.
There you go. So, again, thank y'all for joining us, and God bless.